it tells us is when this form was initially raised, the pilot was still alive.
And what happened to him?
He was taken by ambulance to Morton Hunston Hospital, where he was operated on. At 3 o'clock on the Saturday afternoon, his mother arrived and he actually passed away at around about 10 o'clock that evening with his family by his bedside.
And did his mum have something to do with this film then?
She came here on the Tuesday morning in the howling gale and pouring rain, and she stood by the cockpit, and the words that she used is, "I settled to have a stone gatepost placed where the cockpit finished, and I want the initials of the Silver Cross of our boys."
Evidence suggests the bomber crashed on its way back from its mission after the boys lost radio contact with base.
They were coming up from Whittington, which is just below the horizon. The cloud base was on the floor, so you couldn't see anything. It was 11 o'clock at night, and they impacted the slope here at around about 1,500 feet. Death was instantaneous.
Travelling at around 180 miles an hour, the impact of the crash. Later, our joining scientists, they uncover the scars left on the landscape.
Well, while we're exploring Devon, Charlotte is just over the border in Cornwall, looking at the impact of second homes.
An Englishman's home is his castle, or so the saying goes. If you can afford it, splashing out upon a second one to use for holidays gives you the best of both worlds. A permanent residence and a house in the country, or Vauxhall by the sea, to use whenever you like. Whether the appeal is quality of life, a second income, or both, it's an idea that many Britons have bought into. More than 1.5 million of us now have a second home in the UK. But the number one choice of where to have one? You guessed it, Cornwall. It's not surprising, is it? Stunning coastline, picture postcard villages. But now, in some of the most sought after of Cornish coastal resorts, 2 in every 5 houses are second homes. And while their owners have clearly fallen in love with Cornwall, the feeling's not always mutual.
Hi, Patrick.
Hello.
Come on in. Please, come on in.
Patrick, his wife Becky, and their 3 children live in the seaside town of Padstow on Cornwall's north coast. Their families have lived here for hundreds of years, but things are changing.
We've got a massive influx of second homes in Padstow, and that second home, through no fault of their own, is decimating the local communities within Cornwall.
Despite both having jobs in the area, Patrick and Becky live in social housing because they can't afford to buy a house in Padstow.
It's a dark side of tourism. People come to Padstow, they fall in love with the place, they want to buy a house here at all costs, and that's pushing the prices of houses up and up to the point where we've pretty much got absolutely no chance of buying a house in Padstow ever, realistically.
What impact does it have on you, Becky?
I was made homeless about 8 years ago. I was always private rented, and the house that I was renting, it got sold. I used to be able to find private rent quite easy to come by, but now, because all the houses, there's more money to be made, I think, in holiday letting, but it's very hard to find a private let now in Padstow. We put in bed and breakfast by the council for, I think, about 6 weeks, and then we got put in temporary accommodation in Wadebridge.
Must have been really stressful though, with 2 young children at that point, to have nowhere to call home.
Yeah, it was awful. It was really traumatic. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. It was horrible.
Padstow is now the country's 4th most expensive place to live by the sea. The average price of a house here? A cool £373,271. Well over £100,000 more than the national average.
As a result, on average, a house in Padstow is 20 times the local annual salary. That's twice as much as in London.
It's the biggest onion I have ever seen. The thing is, Patrick, you're really lucky to live here, to live in such a lovely place like Padstow. And you can't stop other people coming here too, can you?
No, you can't stop other people coming to Padstow, but you can regulate it. I really just think that these massive influxes of people coming in the summer months, it's no good to anybody. It's not a stable economy for Cornwall. That's an economy built on sand.
What about the children? What do you see for them in the future?
I've got my fingers crossed that they will be able to find a job in Padstow and be able to earn enough money to buy a house here one day. There should be that opportunity for them, but at the moment it just isn't.
This isn't just about Cornwall. In many rural and coastal communities, from Yorkshire to the south coast, from the Cotswolds to the Western Isles, there are serious concerns about the impact of second homes.
Take Coniston in the Lake District, where 35% of houses don't have permanent residents. Here, they face many of the same problems as Cornwall. Villagers feel priced out, and with many homes lying empty for large parts of the year, the local primary school is now only half full. But for some people, second homes play a vital role in supporting the rural economy.
What's their destiny?
They are going into the store to be salted down for lobster bait.
Johnny Merck's family has been making a living from fishing out of Padstow for 4 generations.
How important are the tourists to this business?
Very important, and certainly more important than they've ever been in the past. All the restaurants that we have in Padstow now and the surrounding area, it's become a bit of a mecca for foodies, and they want fresh fish and shellfish.
So what about the tourists who then like it so much they decide to buy here and they have second homes? How much is that a concern for you?
It's not a huge concern for me, to be honest. I know lots of people in town do get very upset about it, but whichever side you're on, we do need the tourists. We do, we need that money coming into Padstow, keeping all the businesses alive. It used to be a 6-week season, but now it's almost year round. We've got a Christmas festival, we've got things going on throughout the year that seem to draw the tourists into Padstow, and everybody's got jobs.